Hi everyone, this is a tutorial series on how to run and write Java code on your computer. So the solution that I'm going to show you is going to be using Visual Studio Code as sort of a development platform for using Java. Now for what we're gonna do is sufficient enough, but obviously, if you have like a larger project doing something in Java, there are other platforms that you can use too. But uh, as I said, for our use case, VS Code is enough. So that's why we are gonna use that as the our development platform. So the first step is that we need to download Visual Studio Code. And I'm gonna go to the website. So Visual Studio Code is developed by Microsoft. It's probably the most popular IDE in the world right now, or code editor. And what we can do, we're just gonna go and download it. Now, it automatically should detect the platform you are in. So right now I'm in Windows, so it suggests me to download the Windows version. So for you, if make sure just that you are downloading the right platform. So I'm gonna click on download. So it finished downloading and I'm gonna just open it up. Here we have it, and I'm gonna install it on my computer. So that's finished. Let's launch VS Code. Now VS Code, when you first install it, is quite bare bone. It doesn't have that many features, but what it does, it has an extension system. So essentially, you can add new things to VS Code based on the project you are doing. So I'm just gonna close this panel. So if you look on left hand side, you have the Explorer. So this is where your project is gonna be and your file when you are working on. And then you have like a search function if you want to search for something and replace it. And then you have the source control, so that's like using Git to manage your like development history. And then you have run and debug, and then here we have the extension. So we need to download a couple of extensions. So first thing you want to do is to search for Java, and then the first one is the extension pack for Java. Now, if you look, you can see that this extension are include 6 other as well. So it's automatically gonna install all of these. So we need those. So I'm gonna click on install. And if I just, so now that it has finished installing, I can see, so debugger for Java, we have the extension pack, and then we have IntelliCode. So this is gives us some like auto suggestion. It can be quite useful. And then we have the rest of sort of extension support pack. And one other thing I also want to download is an extension called Code Runner. I find this to be quite useful to basically run and test code. So I'm gonna install this as well. So mm, that's also installed on my computer. So for now, I'm gonna close this because we need another thing before we can run our project. So if you go and search for Java JDK, it's gonna take you to the Oracle website, which we want to go, Java downloads. So for us to be able to develop Java, we need the JDK, which stands for Java Development Kit. So we need to download that. So I'm just going to the website. Now it's gonna bring out the different version. We're gonna use the newest one, so JDK 21. And then you need to select the platform you are in. So I'm in Windows, and I'm gonna download. So if you are, for example, if you're on Linux and you are in the ARM version, you want to download this one, ARM 64. If you are on the x64 version, you want to download this one. And if you are on Mac OS, like the newer version, the Apple Silicon, you want to download the ARM DMG. And if you're on the Intel version of Mac, you want to download the x64. And for Windows, it's just the x64. So I'm going to click on download. So again, make sure that you are downloading it for your correct platform of your computer. And I'm gonna open it up. And let's install it on our computer. So we can close. So that's done. Now what we can do is that I'm gonna open the Visual Studio Code, and let's try to create a Java file and try to run it. So I'm gonna go to File, New File, and I'm gonna select, you can either like type Java and this one, New Java class. So it's gonna create it, like it's called class main, and let's save this. So just save it somewhere in your computer. One thing you need to remember that so your class name and your file name need to match. So I need to say name this main as well. So that's main. Now in order for us to test our code, we also need the main function, right? So I'm just gonna type main. So that's the main Java function which runs our code. So whatever code we write here is gonna get executed line by one. So let's write out a message. So if I do system out print line, we can say hello world, and let me save it. So you save it by pressing Ctrl S or Command S if you're on Mac. So if I click on run, start debugging, nah, sometimes this process can take a bit of time. So let's see if it's gonna work or no. Let's try it again. So if I click on can try another method. So if remember the other extension I installed was Code Runner. So if I right click here and click on run code, yeah, it ran the code for me. So I got the message. So if when you do right click run code, we are using this extension, but if we try to run it this way, it's gonna use the Java sort of development kit. Now this works as well, but whenever you want to do it for first time, it takes a while. So maybe later you can try at your own time, wait a bit, let this finish, and then you can use the other version as well. So I'm just gonna cancel it for now, and let's try to write another message. So make sure we can print it out. My Java code is working. So if I run the code, I can see that it's working. So that's how you can run Java and write Java code on your computer. Thanks for watching this video.